Hello everyone, so I have some blue book recommendations here for you guys. I have some of these, and then I also am going to just be putting some pictures up here of books that I've either listened to audiobooks of or just don't have those books with me still now. But I thought of this idea because I've seen people do like reading pink books for like a week or a month or something, or reading like I don't know, orange books or just like colorful things or whatever. And I actually have a lot of blue books that I love, and then I will recommend to you guys. So yeah, all of these books are like the covers of them are blue. Um, these are like not some of my favorite books ever, but they all are like either 4.5, or 5 stars for me. I still like thoroughly enjoyed. Um, and none of them are more than like 400 pages. And this list consists of romance books, thrillers, just literary fiction books. The first one, this is a recent read for me. This is The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. This book was pretty popular maybe a year ago or a couple years ago, but it is literary fiction. It follows this girl, Nora, through a library, like a made up library where each book is like a different life she could live. It's like, I would say, yeah, this book is like magical realism. Not, I wouldn't say fantasy, but just like magical realism in literary fiction. This book is really interesting. It like she's living between like life and death and experiencing all of these things in this book, and it is just so like there's like this book is so unique. The story is so unique and so interesting. There is a trigger warning of committing suicide. Um, but that's really the only trigger warning I would put on this book, and this one was a 4 star for me. Okay, next, of course, I had to put a Nicholas Sparks book on this list. So this is The Lucky One. This book is actually pretty old. But I recently just read it, and so this is an army romance. And also, by the way, there is a movie of this book. I watched it on YouTube. I think this is the one. I think this is the movie with Zac Efron in it. I think a lot of his books are movies, but I think this is the one with Zac Efron in it. But yeah, this book is told from 3 different perspectives. So you have Elizabeth's perspective. You get Logan's perspective, who is the army man and like the love interest, and then you also get Elizabeth's ex-boyfriend's perspective. And yeah, so Logan finds this like random picture of this girl while he's like overseas in the army, and then he comes back and he's basically like searching for this random girl in this picture. Turns out it's like Elizabeth, of course, and this isn't spoiling anything. This is like the whole point of the book. He's looking for Elizabeth and he finds her, but like doesn't tell her at first that he's been looking for her. She's just like, oh, this is a random man that I've been going out with, but he was looking for her, and it's like it's just so interesting. And she also has a kid as well, if you like that in books. But yeah, very good romance story. The book or the movie is also amazing as well. Okay, next, I don't have this book with me because I actually just lent it to my sister because it's new, obviously, and she hasn't read it yet. But this is The Crash by Frida McFadden. This is a 5 star book. So this is a thriller, obviously. That's what Frida does. She's amazing at it. She's like, in my opinion, the best thriller writer that there is right now. But yeah, so The Crash follows this woman, Tegan, who is very pregnant, about to have her baby, and she gets in a crash in a snowstorm. And basically, she gets picked up by the wrong people who may actually secretly like know her and were waiting for her to crash, maybe. But like, who are these people? What do they want with her and her baby? Like, this book is so like suspenseful. I literally read it in like 24 hours. I think it was just that good. And Frida is just so good at writing thrillers always. I knew it would be amazing, and it was. Okay, next I just listened to the audiobook of this. I got this one for my Audible like book this month. This is Birthday Girl by Penelope Douglas. This is a spicy romance book. This was 4 stars for me. I'm really glad I like this book. One of my friends actually just like randomly recommended this to me, and I just read it and it was absolutely so good. So yeah, this is a very mature romance book. It is like a trope of an older guy and a younger girl. So I know that's something that some people really don't like. It was fine with me though, and in this book specifically too, it wasn't like overdone. It was just like he's an older man, like that was it. Um and it also is told in both of their point of views as well. The girl, and she's just kind of struggling with like money and work and everything, and then she meets this older man and he kind of takes her in and whatever. um there is definitely a decent amount of spice. And yeah, I really, one thing that I liked about this book was just like the chemistry is very well done. The way the characters talk to each other and everything, it just felt so real. Like it was felt like a real like relationship. And yeah, it's really good. Okay, next we have literary fiction. This is The Berry Pickers. I read this book a while ago, but as you can see, this book isn't just blue. There are blueberries on it because this family, they are the berry pickers. That is what they are. Yeah, so this book was a 5 stars for me. So this book starts out set in 1962 and then continues to follow this family throughout their whole lives. So it goes over a bunch of time. This book is sad, like most books that cover people's whole lives are. But basically, yes, this family, they are blueberry pickers, and Ruthie, the youngest daughter, she goes missing, and then we follow the lives of the family members and Ruthie separately. Um, it's really interesting because she went missing when she was so young, so she doesn't remember who she actually was, but we get a point of view in this book from the family members throughout the whole lives, and Ruthie, who is called, she goes by like a different name. She doesn't know she is Ruthie, but we go through like her point of view throughout their lives as well. And yeah, ultimately they are like trying to find her the whole time until we get to the end of the book. And it is so sad, but it is such a good book. It's just so sad. Okay, and then the last one I have on this list is a very interesting kind of romance book. I don't even know what to call this, but this is 5 Years from Now. Also, just look at that, literally beautiful. By Paige Toon. So yeah, this book I just said, I don't know, literary fiction, romance, I don't know. But yeah, this book was a 5 star for me as well. So this book follows Nell and Van, who are childhood best friends, but we first see them in their childhood when they are very young. They're like family friends, like so just like these they become friends as kids. Um and so we see them grow up together and like go through a lot together, like go through a bunch of things together. And so they end up meeting every 5 years. Like we'll get, are they like 5 years old at first or something, or 10, and then like they meet again 15, they meet again 20, like 20, 25, whatever. They keep meeting like every 5 years of their life, and we just see the way that they change and the different things that go on in their lives or whatever. And then one thing that I noted that I loved about this story was that the ending wasn't like overly happy. It's not like happily ever after, but it also wasn't like overly sad as well. It was just a good, realistic, good ending to a literary fiction romance book. Like it was just, this book was just very realistic and beautiful. Um, and so I loved it. But yeah, that's all the books that I have for this video. Apparently, I just love blue books. I definitely want to do another one of these. I thought this was so fun. Pick another color. As we can see, I have a lot of like red books and pink books on this shelf. A lot of like just like black ones on this thriller shelf. There's definitely some yellow. There's definitely a decent amount of like yellow and orange throughout as well. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see what I do next. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoy some of these books. As always, my Goodreads is linked in the description on my Linktree website. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.